does exist for the Special Select Committee to commence business?
Thank you very much. Council, it has been brought to our notice that we have a quorum and we are good to go. At this point, we will do an introduction first, right? Yes, everything must be translated.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Mr. Witness, Mr. Kora, be committee Montajambi, committee be Kisikisidola, Jamela, former president Jamela, Alabagaso. So she be Filenata. So Kuba have me follow. But the Janine of him follow, pony Kalindi follow.
Okay.
Alpurano.
Yes.
Ramadan Sinano.
Okay.
Nte Amadou
Kora.
Bekal Alkurano la po.
Bekal Alkurano la ko.
Be fem fola jam. A bebe kala tonya. Tonya drong. Yamari o mako e.
Mako e apeke tojate. Baraka.
Honorable Chair, I think the oath should have first been said in English and then translated to Mandinka for the witness.
Okay.
For the record.
Okay. So let me go back.
And is he affirming or is he swearing by the Quran as well? Yes, if he's swearing by the Quran, he needs to hold the Quran. But if he's affirming, it's fine then. But it needs to be explained to him.
Doctor, that should come later. What we should start with now is to adopt the minutes, the agenda, then introduction of members, opening remarks, and then the oath comes. Right. So, could any honorable member?
I move that we adopt the agenda without amendment.
Seconded.
Right. The agenda is moved and seconded. So at this point in time, Mr. Interpreter will introduce ourselves.
Janne me dunna kuoto programme to be lafta molle itandira mino be nyim programme kunna.
I am Honorable Mali Sise, chairperson.
Omar Jamme, member.
Sir, member.
Demo slide to Banamanin committee.
Well, for my honorable colleagues, I think we'll go by speak English for record purposes, and the interpreter will interpret. But then we can just move on without wasting time now. Now, I'll read the statement. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness, Amadou Kora.
Mr. Kora, me urala.
On behalf of the Special Select Committee of the National Assembly,
Assembly la committee toyala.
I welcome you to this sitting convened to inquire into
Bismillah program to be.
This sitting which is convened to inquire into the sale and disposals of assets identified by the Commission of Inquiries.
Former President Bagasol, ya Kinyadi la Dunta Nyadi la ni Santa Nyadi la ni Santa Munel Yellen.
Into the financial activities of the public bodies, enterprises, and offices in relation to their dealings with the former President Yaya A. Jagne and connected matters.
Coming in institutional ya sanyadi le min dun tete ma dun ta nyadi le ani ye mim wa ku ya wa ku nyadi le ani ya ke nyadi.
You are appearing today in response to a summons duly issued by this committee to provide testimony on matters within your knowledge that are relevant to the subject of our inquiry.
Ila janna bi dalilo mi minti kumi ye samanne pour yena mi ye min lo nyin ko to yafo pour committee ya long mun be kerin nu ak ana ke ta nyadi.
Please be reminded that you are appearing on the oath and pursuant to the provision of 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, it constitutes contempt of the National Assembly to knowingly withhold, misrepresent, or conceal any information relevant to the committee's work.
Gambia la constitution o Gambia la loi keba ay muna yitandi wolem ni kollo min ko ya ma bo ma ko ima yitandi banta akamun taw wa bani la andu woto loi kudo sikeno ay woto kudo wulunole.
Furthermore, please be advised that in accordance with parliamentary privilege and statement of testimony you provide before this commission shall not be used against you in any court of law.
Ila lua kono be bombo lua min kunna koma yeppo min fojang nta ko pour que batande o pour que bula problème o kono because of yemin fojang won ko telela
yeppo bon fojang momo ta kanola kaya sam ke sam kito to okam.
Except in case of perjury, that is where it is proven that you knowingly and deliberately provided false information whilst on the oath. You are therefore expected to cooperate fully and provide truthful, accurate, and complete responses to all questions posed back to you.
Woto yimmi kunna wajibo te bi ka yoni ka profenna yoni lonje ya doko ya fu anyara andu ya go explain ko pour que de nyaadi de kala fe nakar.
Whether the question is by the committee's legal counsel or by honorable members of this committee.
Mo do jan lo mo jan ni ka pembe na yoni lonje fu anyama and deputy ko labe jan ni ka min na ya long afo.
The committee appreciates your presence and expects your utmost candor and cooperation throughout these proceedings.
Committee kontan la bakela bi janna andu ya lon ko ila bi janna I kontan ta bake andu ya lon ko ibakila anyama.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka.
Now you can proceed to administer the oath before the testimony of the...
Let me go back.
Yeah, no. We were supposed to because they
oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Whoever is taking the chair, I just want to
I,
Amadou Kora,
do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that.
Say it again.
Do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that.
mba mi yitandila ko na mbe min fola jambi
Be men fo men yitan la mo la be men fo la jambi
that the evidence I shall give before the committee
mbe kuma min be fola jambi ni committee tilinya nyala
mbep mo men be fo la jangi committee tili nyala
shall be the truth,
abebe kala to nyalati
the whole truth,
amume be mu to nyalati
and nothing but the truth.
kiliti tarla je men manke to nyati
So help me God.
ala ndema.
thank you
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Thank you. Now I hand the witness over to you.
okay thank you
All right. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Welcome, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora mbe bismillah
Please turn on your mic.
ela mai ko
Secretariat, perhaps?
ela mai ko ma
Okay. Kindly state your full name,
itandi
current occupation for the record.
ani be do ko la min tole way ko ma be ma kam moneto
Nte to mu Amadou Koralete.
my names are Amadou and Kora.
Mbota you are the Tumanna,
I was born in URR Tumana
Tamba Sansang.
in a village called Tamba Sansang.
Ntela do guo.
My work is
Ngara business okay and ngara political okay.
I'm a politician at the same time a businessman.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Now, before we get into your testimony, I'm going to put some things to you and you can confirm for the committee. Did you receive a summons to appear and give a statement before this committee's panel of investigators?
Janimbe bulala kachape okono for tamono dilale numba.
Ha yadi na ya send na mobile okono.
Yes, I was giving someone through my mobile.
Telephone phone.
Through my mobile.
Okay. And you also received a summons to appear today and testify before this committee.
Yeah, for fanang ko bi ite nyante na la janne ka sede yaro.
Ya fonye ka fonye na 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I was told that I should be here by 3.
Did you submit any documents to the clerk of the National Assembly?
Janni kana jam for title sambana ne bankaji clerk la mim National Assembly la clerk. For title diala.
Hani nims yen saman men na madi ala de. Kata be mobile okono.
Okay.
I did not give anything because the summon was sent in through a mobile.
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not the question asked.
So
The question I asked was, did you submit any documents relevant to this committee?
Yes. Ha, ngo kaito abembulu jang.
Yes, I did that. I have a document with me right now.
Mr. Kora, I'm not referring or asking whether you received physical documents from this committee. I'm asking whether you yourself have any documents that this committee may make use of in your custody and whether you have submitted safe to the clerk of the assembly.
Ako fo ite kaiti soto ila marloto no ya ko yadi committee wala pour no be bon kisikisiro membe keri.
Ha, yen nyinin kare nga kaito na ta jang nga copy ya copy ndin copy ta copy tu ta jang.
O mana statement o
Statement wani wo kola kay man kaito na ta jang.
o ko ata man kaiti koten di nyin committee wala.
Hani.
All right, very well. So the document you have before you, is that a copy of your statement or is that a document you have brought to show the committee, to present to the committee?
Kaito membe bulu je right now. Wo for the statement on lembang yemi pour
Na statement dolo mo ngamenke.
this is the statement I made, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora Baraka.
On the day you appeared before the investigators here at the National Assembly, you gave a statement.
Lungo min na inata jang ening investi min ka kisora jang National Assembly yes statement do doilanu.
Ha nga statement o kele
And you
wolo.
were given a copy.
Yes, I will give it. I gave a statement. 4 copy dilanu.
Ha, ye copy dinna.
Yes, they gave me a copy.
After you gave your statement, was the statement read back to you?
Kabri yela statement to di asape fa karanne purka ya karinya.
Ya be karanyale, jani
Yeah.
ba sainda.
Yes, it was read to me clearly.
And you signed it.
Did you? Yes, I.
Ha nga sign.
Yes, I did sign.
And everything contained in that statement, you do agree and still stand by it.
Yeah, min bebe kaito kuno min sign. For ite pango sondale ko ila kuma kangole ngot.
Sonda wala le nak makangalo molti.
Yes, I really agree. Everything is from me, or was from me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Barak.
Honorable Chair, I'd like to apply that the witness's statement be adopted and marked AK1. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Kora, before we get into your testimony proper, can you've mentioned that you are a businessman and a politician, but can you provide more information with regards to the work that you do as a businessman and a politician?
Mr. Kora janimbe dunna kacha pango kono, dino kono. Ita ko imo politician ulti ando ibe business le pana kekam. Lafta kalo ite mun politician sipalti aning anibe mun business all.
Ntela business o nkara atodu nkara nga politiko ke na party o pour na party o da.
I do propaganda for my party.
Ani nga ninsi wafo fananke.
I have also been a cattle dealer.
Because of livestock yemula ninsi wafo la.
Because I was hired or I was chosen by livestock to sell cattle for them.
Wala akendi nga ninsi kuolong.
And that was why I knew a lot about cattle.
Ninsi tiyo sang.
I have also been buying groundnut.
Anin kata sukurol ni manolu.
And also some other foodstuffs.
Nkara wolleke.
This is what I deal in.
Thank you. You mentioned that livestock had engaged you for the sale of cattle. When did they start?
Yeah, for example, livestock nene tale puru ninsiwako.
Obe 87 nyon lekon.
That was in 1987.
And by livestock, you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Even livestock jumala, ko livestock member abuko agriculture.
Minketa abuko ila ofsotu mbe bokul pitin street molema. Usmele sisebe director yalaje.
The one that has its headquarters at Bokul Street, where Ismail Sisa is the director, or was the director.
Bokul, okay.
Mr. Kora, I said, when you say livestock, do you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Abe minyin ngaka wolon livestock jumala livestock mimbe agriculture koto fo wala bang.
Moloma usmele sisebe dame wala mu le director to wotu.
Yes, that is the one I'm referring to. And then the director was Ismail Sise.
Okay, at the time you were appointed.
That was the time they asked me to buy cattle or sell cattle.
Thank you.
Abaraka.
Now let's get into your testimony and the reason you are here today. How you gave a statement, and in paragraph 2 of your statement, you mentioned, and I'm going to read this because you will not be able to read it out for the committee. I'll start with the second sentence. On one occasion, whilst traveling from Basse to Kombo,
Yes.
I overheard in one of the towns that there was a cattle sale taking place in Kanilai.
Nata mo ko ni solo be wafu kan kanila.
Yes.
Out of curiosity,
But okay, so yes, go ahead.
I decided to go there to see for myself.
Kumpabali akam mpawa ifamot nata kataje kasi puri ifamayaji. Yes.
All right. So now my question is, how exactly did you learn about the sale of cattle in Kanilai?
Min nin si wafo kanila ite ron nyadile.
Na mo imole la na ta futata Kanilai Johnson to ngaje mol ni sol bu wala Kanilai otu mo len fanan ko mbatu ngata Kanilai be nyeku poto ngata je jube.
I heard this from people, and when I was coming from Basse to the Combos up to Kanilai Johnson, I saw some people with cattle, and therefore I concluded that there is something, cattle is being sold there, so I went there.
Where exactly did you hear this information?
Na mo basele.
I heard about it in Basse.
So you learned about this before leaving Basse?
Yes, I heard this from people even before I left Basse.
Was this something that was discussed a lot in Basse when the sales were coming up?
Wasike barinda mo molela sila fumo jamaa kati ya molo bari nga mo molela ibafo kanye.
I don't know exactly whether many people were talking about, but I really heard this from people.
Interesting, Mr. Kora. Did you know that the sale of the cattle was not advertised?
Molo bari nga mo molela.
I don't know, but I heard this from people.
So when you were leaving Basse, then you were intending to go to Kanilai and not come to Kombo?
No, I was coming to Kombo. I was coming to Kombo.
So you also mentioned that on your way to Kombo, you saw people with cows. Is that correct?
Moto kono Kanilai Johnson auto.
I saw people while I was in the vehicle with some cattle at Kanilai Johnson.
How many vehicles did you see? And how many cattle?
No, ma konti nga ije
Sorry,
moto
Mr. Kora, I have to wait for the question to be interpreted.
ngeje troko kono nga moto kilne je ngeje troko kono ebetala.
I saw only one truck and I saw people and cattle and they were going.
So you assume that they were coming from Kanilai?
So for that,
na along wala to kafu ko be bokan Kanilai le ba on tata je.
Yes, when I saw them, I concluded that these people are from Kanilai.
Why did you conclude?
Na nis wa fo moy birim basse na ta Johnson to ngetar je ngalo kafu be bokan jele.
I heard about this since in Basse, so when I came up to Kanilai Johnson, I saw people with cattle, so I concluded that that is the reality.
At what time did you get to Kanilai Junction?
If we like Kanilai, what did you male?
Debe futa like Kanilai with more 1 o'clock.
Tutu.
Ani tilot.
I arrived at Kanilai by 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Were you driving on that day or were you using public transport?
I had my own car.
Okay. So you were driving and you saw people coming from Kanilai and you decided to drive to Kanilai.
So yes, that was why I went to Kanilai.
Why did you go to Kanilai?
Kanilai.
Pour kata Kanilai je katu kanilai tatanye kumpolo to awa yala watu kono nga muta jamale ke dulalto kata kayaje abota je wodi atanye pulungata ngajeje.
I was impressed. I wanted to see Kanilai because during last time I heard about the place and I did not go there. So I wanted to see Kanilai, and that was one of the reasons why I went to Kanilai.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Me ake dara Kanilai. Jara mutu ibuna tatanye kumpoto pulungata ngajeje. Katu yala watu atari ngatura jamale ke dada yendindi seli jamala kono Gambia kono nyimbato tata na mwanje na kama bije kusina nyata na kuteke ngomba mfana ngataje.
I really wanted to see Kanilai because during the days of Jagne, I heard about Kanilai. I've never been there, and I was arrested for many times, and I therefore wanted, I therefore knew that I could explain the bit of Kanilai, so I wanted to see Kanilai for myself for the first time.
So that's the only reason you went to Kanilai?
Kanilai, Kanilai. That was the reason why I went to Kanilai. That was the reason why I went to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, Yaya Jammeh had left, or the President Jammeh had left the Gambia in January 2017. These sales took place a year after. Why did you wait until that moment to go and see what's at Kanilai?
Mr. Kora, Yaya Jammeh January 2017. It is like a man Kanilai for covering zero satellite Kanilai. I hardly believe that I can go now. I can go now because that was the time I was free to go there, and I knew I can go now by that time. And there were so many people there also.
So, were you going to Kanilai on that day because you wanted to see what it looked like, or were you going because you saw people that had bought cattle and were leaving Kanilai with the cattle?
I really wanted to see Kanilai first.
Okay, and when you got there, did you see what you wanted to see?
Yes, I went there, and when I saw what I was looking for, and I also met many people, and I also saw them buying and selling cattle.
What did you see that you were looking for?
Ngaji ku kafu ndunta jere kajebe jube kajela waro jube kajela ko jube data ngata nyirbe nisu wa fola je ngata lo isin na je.
I went there to see the place, and I to see the place in reality for the first time, and I was going around to look at the place and know the place. I saw people buying and selling cattle.
Were you allowed to have a tour of the place?
Yes, they did not stop me from going around because there were so many people.
Okay. Apart from seeing people attending the sales, what else did you see in Kanilai?
Okay. Ntata nilbenis wa fola ngatari mo jama ba fola jallo ngaje o be sansan kono nin sol be dame.
As soon as I arrived, I heard people calling one soul name, Jallo, and that Jallo was inside the place where this cattle was being sold. It was this Jallo who was selling the cattle. Hold on,
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not what I asked you.
Okay.
My question was, what did you see apart from people selling cattle, selling and buying cattle? What else did you see? Because you said you were allowed to tour the place. So what else did you see?
Ninsi wapula koya iti muni jiji bawa kada jiji ya muni jiji.
nga bambol fadan jeje
I saw some crocodiles or crocodiles.
nga jube
I look at them.
Okay, what else did you see?
And I went to the gate.
ntata ngata inisi wa fola
So I saw people selling and buying cattle.
Continue.
kabinya tan inisi wa fola
When I met them selling and buying cattle,
belori sansan karta danga
we were next to an enclosure.
awa ibafola jallo
They were calling Jallo Jallo.
Okay, let me stop you here. We will get to what happened at the sales ground when you eventually got there. So are you telling this committee that when you got to Kanilai, you went in, you saw crocodiles, and then you moved to the sale ground? Is that it?
no ibona kan
Wait for the question to be
yes, okay.
translated.
So I foi ba ko ka molele ko kabari da tada yin bambaje wo ko ha tare da lin son ko ba fula be problem ba.
ha wala mu
Yes, that was what happened.
So crocodiles were the first thing you saw when you got to Kanilai.
So kabari fula da yin polo da nya wala bambul.
ha ntamita jame ngala nga jabe jube kadum kodoto kata bambolu be dame nge jube
No, not only. I saw also the Grand Mosque, and I went inside, and then from there I went to see where the crocodiles were.
jame ni amambang amam finish
That is an unfinished mosque.
So, Mr. Kora, right before you saw the sales ground, that is the farm, or we'll say the ranch where the livestock were being held, you first saw the crocodile. Who guided you to see the crocodile?
Itara gamen konon ka bambol jibe jumala silo kandila jumala silo lende jumala sambaje
momo mon sambaje bawo ni nata mo jamabe korote kare bulale yetambi bambol be sila kartan dangalla ni dunda doro marako do bambol bi jele ni so tange jube.
Nobody guided me and nobody directed me. I was just following the way, and when I went, the crocodiles were not far from the road, and I saw them and I looked at them.
All right. So now, when you were going to Kanila, you said you were driving your car. Were you accompanied by anyone?
Kabari ikata skali any fansu moto any fani mole ben moto kon.
Da drive be moto kono.
I was with my driver.
Only your driver.
It was driver the madam anyway.
Mo ko tel fadan bije mo do bije fana.
There were some other people
In the car with you.
if fangola moto.
Ha defan la moto.
There were some other people.
How many people?
Mojalu,
No nteni drive ni mo kili bije.
myself the driver and another person.
Okay, so 3 of you.
Mosoba.
Ha.
Yes.
So after you saw the crocodiles and moved on to the cattle farm, what was the situation like on the ground?
Kabari ta da bambol je foi pareta. Ninso da wonna men wa firo bonunje. What mo jobe nyadile.
Ntata futata ni solbe dame ngatari mo jama bije.
There were many people there.
You saw many people. Who was conducting the sales when you got there?
Kabari furo da jumala da wa firo ke kanu.
Nte jallo le tarje wala ni be wafuro wala be wafuro foka. Mo jama bije bari ngatari jallo le be wafuro.
I found one Mr. Jallo selling the cattle.
Mr. Jala was selling the cattle. What is his first name?
Mr. Jallo atoka wanu.
Ani ma atolo nga jallo le nyine moyto.
I really don't know his first name.
Please describe the situation on the ground when you got there.
Lafta kabari furo kanila ko do ke kanu nyadi le ninso ni mol. Ya ko mol mo be kiri no pun salon no.
Birin de futata de ngatara jallo ni mo ba fala jallo.
Then I arrived, people were calling on this Mr. Jallo.
What our new so price up to 5,000.
So from there I had him give him prices, and he gave a price of one of the cattle at $5,000.
Not money.
Yes, you can continue. Keep on track.
Then I called Jallo.
Nka ko na.
Then I called him. I told him to come
at least yanda 5,000 dollars, yanda 12,000.
Then I told you that this 5,000 was too small for the car or the cattle that we are selling. It should have been 12,000 instead of 5,000. Then he was surprised. Then he was surprised.
Continue.
But he continued on what he was doing. From time to time he used to Asinakang. From time to time he used to come close to where I was standing. Then he will ask me how much a particular cattle or cow would cost. Then I would tell him. Then if I tell him, after that, then people were suspicious and they were annoyed. So they created a distance from me. So from there now, I decided to leave and come or go.
Mr. Kora, when you got to Kanela and you saw the sales ground, why did you think it was Mr. Jallo that was selling the cattle?
Mr. Jallo people were shouting. He was in charge of the cattle and people were shouting his surname.
That's it. You did not ask him whether he was the one actually authorized to sell the cattle.
I did not ask whether he was the true person who should have sold the cattle. But I concluded that because there were soldiers and people were there and people were selling or buying from him, so I concluded that he is the right person to sell, or he was the right person selling the cattle.
Did you notice whether there were other individuals, public officials, who were also involved in the sale process?
Yes, that happened, but that was the second day when I went there.
Because
Yeah, who was the one, for example, if you want something, he will write on a paper and then give you the paper and then you go and collect or go and pay whatever you want to do or whatever transaction you want to do.
It is Mr. Jallo that was doing the writing on the paper.
Yes, when he tells you a price, when he tells you a price, he will write the amount on a paper and give you that paper.
And then were payments being made to Mr. Jallo?
Used to be made to Sarif, but I saw no payment on the second day when I went there.
So you were aware that the sheriff was present with his officials?
So because
of how many
every time I knew who the Sarif was, but before I did not know because people were many and I did not ask who was who.
So it's on the second day you saw the sheriff?
Because of more comfortable, I can choti. Utuma nata tambi, jalo ko sarife ko nyambeta kane. More at the more ko mambe. Utuma nata aje abesiri ngulu.
And the people became suspicious and then tried to create a distance between me and them, and therefore, okay, on the second day when I went there, people were get annoyed with me or suspicious with me, and so they were trying to create a distance. So they told them that this man is going because people are not happy about his presence here.
Not jailing, nada.
That was the time I left and went away.
Let's stick to the first day, right?
Okay.
We will go to the second day after.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to follow.
Okay. Kabiro ko handa na nana. Bring lufa na ibang fire. Na monster da kabibota kamfara. Awandin the gako de besela na nata silo mudan nata.
And before the owner had brought him to, not to sell that cattle, 5,000, instead of let him sell 12,000. So people became annoyed, and so I decided to leave that day and went home.
So when you arrived at Kanilai and you went to the sales ground, you saw Mr. Jallo selling a cattle for $5,000. Is that correct? That's what you've stated. Mr. Cora, you have to wait for the question to be translated to you.
Yeah,
You don't speak English.
No, not well.
okay, not really. Yeah. I 5,000. Wala na kabring na advice mo ng mga kontak mo. Upang wala hamoy mo po. Upang wala po nangyari.
Mr. Cora, do you remember the date you first went to Kanilai? The date?
Ane.
Lungo min la kanila don ning lungo min kali tilijelle mani kali jumale.
Afa molo.
I have forgotten that the day.
You know what we are going to do, Mr. Cora? I think we should just stop this interpretation thing. Don't you think so? Because you're already answering the questions even before I complete them.
Okay.
So do we speak English?
No. I tried. I'm not going to school. I've just tried that.
No,
He said something, he will be trouble.
Yeah.
You have to interpret me. So I have to say something is true.
Okay.
You have to wait for the interpreter to
Okay, sorry.
the questions.
I
Because
can wait.
if not, we will just switch to English.
Okay.
Okay. So you heard what I said? You
Yes.
said you don't remember the date.
Haning akila maluni karo yiji.
Oh, I've forgotten the date and the month.
You've forgotten the date and the month.
Haning molo.
Yeah.
Melo.
I can't remember.
You're skipping the interpreter. It's like you don't need, I'm the one that needs the interpreter, not you. That's what it's
So I cannot remember the date or the month.
all right, no problem. When you heard the price announced for a cattle for $5,000, you decided to approach Mr. Jallo. Is that correct?
Mr. Kabari Yamo, Mr. Jallo Kako, Niso 5,000. 5,000. Mr. Jallo, yes, that was the exact time I called him and talked to him.
So do you approach him or you called him to the side to come and speak to him?
Then the sons and Davila, at the before that, not Mandanata.
I was standing next to the fence and I called him and he came nearer to me and then I explained to him that cattle could not be sold $5,000 but $12,000.
Why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at 5,000?
It is my work and I have the experience in cattle dealing.
You did not answer my question.
The
question was, why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at 5,000 but should have been sold at 12,000?
5,000.
Ntefe ala poso manyana kera 5,000 let anyanda kera 12,000.
The weight of the cattle and the power of the cattle told me or let me I knew that it shouldn't have been sold 5,000. It should have been sold 12,000.
And how did you determine that?
ite o no nyaadi le ko nin so la pesaro nyanta nyina kala amanke nyin doti
na do ko la mun ngalon ne
that is my job. I have the experience.
That is not the answer to the question. We know your job is, or you are a businessman and that you sell cattle. The price is the value you attach to that cattle. How did you arrive at that price?
Ako mangani ngani karo minti won. Ite no nyaadi hakaki hakilo wadi le ko nyaadi le. Ni no so do tambi to wululula.
ha garawo na ndiri min so ko mai sasan senegali yana di sa akalikile ani min so ni so de kara ni wala na ala fa anala ala keba o anala abayo ne ikara
Yes, I have been doing this. I have been going up to Senegal buying and selling cattle. And when you see a particular cattle, you should be able to tell or to determine the cost of that cattle or the value of cattle, looking at the size or the body of the cattle or the health condition of the cattle. You could sometimes estimate how much that cattle should be sold.
And what was the condition of that particular cattle you saw being sold for 5,000?
Say it again, Council.
What was the condition of the cattle he saw being sold?
Yo, min so min jeyba wafu kam 5,000. Ala halo be nyaadile.
da mi ko ngadi ko anyanta wa fule 12,000
The condition of that cattle, I knew from after looking at the condition of the cattle, I knew that that cattle definitely should not have been sold 5,000 or 12,000 because of its condition, appearance.
wani so yin kenya ben yadi ni so wannan na kenya wani so na ka buga ni da tan mutulalet ha amma ya ke luluti ha a kenya ben yadi wani ko so ben yadi wani so dun wani so dun a kenya mun te kenya na ko so ala wala kenya ni preso fae wala kenya ben yadi da farne da farne
I was able to know or determine that price because looking at the cattle was in good condition. It has the weight is in good shape. It's in good shape. It was part of it, yes.
And you decided that 12,000 was a good price for that cattle.
So later na foko wato nyin so be nyame amanya na wa hafula 5,000 but 12,000. Yes.
Is your phone ringing?
Oh, yes. 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 Close it now.
Please, can you turn your phone off or put it on
Yes.
silent?
Oh, ila mobile ni sa ano wa yake silence. Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you made that suggestion to Mr. Jallo, did he take up the suggestion? Did he change the price of that particular cattle?
Kabiri ko Mr. Jallo ko nyimma nyanna wa hafula nyinna wa nyanta wa hafula nyinla. Kilo wa mandele numbang.
nga de ko tata abitaka ayo safe kaito do kabin mo fa asontan le ka fo ngamen fo.
Yeah, Mr. Jallo agreed to change the price and sold the cattle what I did at the amount I told him.
Can you please repeat your answer so that the interpreter can...
He agreed for the advice I gave him.
And he sold it for 12,000.
Another for 12,000. I concluded that he sold it at 12 because I saw him wrote something on a paper and then passed the paper.
Who did he give the paper to?
Huh?
The paper. You wrote something on a paper and gave it to somebody. Who did he give it to?
The one who wanted to sell, who wanted to buy the cattle.
Okay. And they went on. What did that person do after they received the paper from Mr. Jallo?
Then from there, after having been given the piece of paper, you will go to where they should pay and make payment.
Was Mr. Jallo the only person selling cattle that day?
Mr. Jallo the Malabi was rolling.
and mo ko tel bi ne kayto sa fe kara samba woli ba
Yes, he was the only one I found in that enclosure, and he was in charge of writing and dishing it out to people.
Mr. Jallo was the one announcing the prizes, was he?
So Mr. Jallo like a prize show for Santo Purmoliano.
ijama bi banda wala ngata kara price wa won fo utuma nata nyin dafa en ka ko nyin da nyin do atal
People were there, but I heard this price from Mr. Jallo, and therefore I advised him that that price was too low.
No, we are now done with the 5,000, 12,000 cattle.
Monday
For a while, isn't it?
ko
5,000 people.
Yes, and you stayed after that. You did not leave immediately. You stayed there for a while.
ha ndata je dama ni bo ya mo bina no isla don bota je
Yeah, I was there for some time, but when I saw that people were creating commotion, I decided to leave.
When did you leave?
bota je 4 o'clock wa to la
So
I left the place at 4 p.m.
that was not a small time. You said you got there at 1 and you left at 4. That's 3 hours.
But women in the jail,
ha bar mam mo itel la ni sol wa fu bla ba ni mo la system mo man tak
yes, I was there for 3 hours, but then I did not spend all these 3 hours at the place where the cattle was being sold, because I was a bit in contrast with what was going on, what people think of. It was a bit in contrast of what people were think of me, or what people thought I was there for.
What did people think you were there for?
So it's a lot of Nancy Wafudala, Muna Dolia Miracle, Kudo Leje.
abu na so men fo wala kendi Italy
Because I advised Gallo to change the price, and so people were became suspicious of my being there.
How many times did you advise Mr. Jallo on price?
Senior Mr. Jallo advised putting price quota.
abisinya sabanyon sila le
About 3 times.
abo sila le
About 3 times. About 3 times.
Only 3 times?
About 3 times, according to him.
Only 3 times?
na kilo miro fekata meta le bari 3 times abo
Yes,
sila
as far as I can remember, I did advise him 3 times.
That question I asked was not interpreted to the witness.
Okay.
Even though he seems to not need an interpreter, but for the record, he needs to,
Okay.
the question needs to be interpreted to him
Okay.
before he can answer.
Okay. Say it again then.
Did you only help Mr. Jallo price cattle only 3 times when you were there?
Mr. Jallo, kabari funa je ya moy abe initial price of pork and
ha ngata abo ka ni ay menfo sinan kan nsafa ko nde amira tenne asita ha
man folo
ha yes
itali man folo man man folo
okay
ya Mr. Jallo wabari siya jolle no solo price on
ha na abisiana demandinde
yes,
ya saba so sile mensi ata woti
I did.
because ngakilo ta amount do nyingu
I did give him pieces of advice for about 3 times or more.
So there's a possibility it could be more than 3 times.
So what I advised as a 3 times.
asisiano wotile
Yes, it could be more than 3 times.
Why did you feel the need to help Mr. Jallo with the pricing?
Muna wata bula wako no, kam Mr. Jallo advice puru ni sola price. Muna wata bula wako no.
na dina manya na sonna banko la fengolo mo abetala wonya wodai lo yambulala
I thought I should not have allowed him to sold those, underprice them and then sold them, because it's going to be a waste for the country.
Sorry, I did not get that.
I thought that was too small the price, and therefore I advised him to sell the price, the cattle exact price, because otherwise that was going to be a waste for the country.
Was that the only reason you decided to help Mr. Jallo with pricing?
For recent just give Tano Jemia and I tell Mr. Jallo advice. For the Mali.
amanke risino risen kanto dambandro
There was no other reason as to why I did give him piece of advice.
Did you buy any cattle on that day?
Well, for so san jele number.
nene man ni si sanje
I have never bought a cattle from there.
Why didn't you buy? You stated here that you were a businessman, you're into cattle, in the cattle business. So why didn't you buy any cattle?
Iko business wala ke andung yega ikanin si sango kelonu. Muna yega man si kilin sanje olu.
ko do tembulu
I had no money that,
ani no decision fana manta ka fo mbita ni si sangal
and it was not my intention to buy a cattle that day.
So that's why you did not buy, even though you went back the second day.
Wala tinna ita man limnin so sanje. Bari wala the second day lu fulanya wa inata muruje.
han tata le je lum fulan jaw
Yes, ndana I went there the second day.
Why did you go back the second day?
Muna na murta je.
pour que ka jube fi ro man je ke jube
I went there to check what was going on, how cattle were being bought and sold.
That's the only reason you went back.
wadam man morandi ka kanilaje katake ila firo jube wadam bandro
That was the main reason why I went there for the second time, to see Kanilai and also to witness how cattle was being bought and sold.
What was so interesting about watching cattle being bought and sold, considering you've informed this committee that you've been in the business of buying and selling cattle since 1987? So what was so fascinating about the sale of cattle in Kanilai that made you go back there a second time?
Ite ko kabere 1987 ninsi wafola na ninsi July. If you are murta Kanilai, muna tinna muna murundi je mun kula bejero mi an ko ita murta je kote.
ikata wa je halu lumoto karta le lumoto yeta ye jube man fen sa pour eta ye price so jube mun be kere
This is part of me, because even in the rumors I would go and then see what was going on or what do transpire, and then do transpire in a rumor or wherever cattle was being bought and sold.
When you left Kanilai the first day, did you go back to Basse?
Kabari bada Kanilai lung follow muta baseleba.
nata la nice work on jam
No, I came and then slept in my compound here.
Where is your compound? In the National Assembly?
Ila korna me.
ana na ko da be bangiru jam number 16 bokul street
You have to wait for the question to be
number
translated.
16 Bokul Street.
You did not translate the question because the witness jumped. and answered.
Ako yala min Janne Bambo Assembly jang.
hani man na jam ko ninko jam mu ni reality
So I did not sleep here really. I slept at my compound or in my compound at number 16 Bokul Street in Banjul.
Okay, so you drove from Kanilai to Banjul and then woke up the next day and drove from Banjul to Kanilai again just to watch cattle being sold.
So I kabari na yela jang wo fulung fulanya wo ina ta bojang kotike. Kata fu Kanilai. Iman ta penna ko ka mol jibe wa pulal din pirla.
ndata wa pour ka jube mun be kere ni man ta ka won man be kere
Yes, that was why I went, because if you don't go there, you will definitely not know what was happening.
ikarta le lumoto man fen se stay price so di fengol jube même be kere yalo asatari man fen sang
Sometimes you may go to a lumo and to see what is happening, when you will not even buy anything. Just go and see what happens in a lumo without buying anything.
Okay. That's a very, I'd say you're a very curious man then.
What will I want to me along kumpo baliyata back?
To drive from Banjul to Kanilai just to watch cattle being sold.
Kabo banjun katafu kanila ninsi wafo da mawre kumpo baliyata.
afa ente kanila kata jeje wotu no men keta na jareta ni pobela do so date bulle modan be bita 9 months o 1 year be se non le kono karalla wol le kono
In those days, I was highly interested to go to Kanilai and see the place, because prior to that one, I was in detention for 9 months or 1 year without going anywhere.
URD CRD kana o barbaro be la ni jannete na lo amu nene chamulet
I have been detained in different parts of this country, and my lawyer used to be Nene Cham.
kanila kata je mun na farlo de pour ngata je
It was definitely very important for me to go and to see Kanilai and how things operate there.
Very well, Mr. Kora. Let's go to paragraph 4 of your statement. I will read it out for the record.
So akana min kara ko la moy yela statement no abe na wala karan consider.
I visited Kanilai on 2 separate occasions.
Sinya pula beta Kanilai.
On the first day,
Lumfo
I arrived around 1 p.m. and left at about 4 p.m.
ntara ko pula je wan mbona nje tanan tribulo.
On the second day,
Fulan limfulan nako
I returned around the same time,
muta je wati kilimoto.
but did not stay long because some buyers objected to my presence.
Bari mom moje katu ko mi be sandiro mo firo la no e man la nataro ko man dire so na mom meje.
Accusing me of interfering and spoiling the sale.
Ya do ba ko kan num fang ndal be firo tinyaka. So na fana ko mom meje.
I want to be clear that I was not invited there.
Lata mo lo ni lonko mo man imbaje mo man ka ko ngataje.
Nor was I paid or promised anything.
Andu manta de la pour kudo kam.
My
Nobody paid me to go there. Mom go pour kataje. Ko de mom pendina pour kataje.
My presence was purely
Okay, mom like the mom jo. Thank you.
my presence was purely out of curiosity and my long-standing interest in cattle.
Neto mo galilo momenti wala kanin sola nan la po nin sola kan yalo la po nin sola anin pour ka jede membe keri.
Now, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
why did the members of the public that were present on the sales ground want you to leave?
minu be ninje piri dulato wolunga mun na wol man la pite traje.
Prasa mom de jam de ni advice kan pour ka fa ko ni ngam de la miro da de ta medda wala ko wala mo kam fa ye man kan ke.
People, my presence was a cause of concern. People were annoyed as to my presence there because of the advice pieces of advice I was giving to Mr. Jallo. They did not want what I was telling Mr. Jallo.
What was Mr. Jallo's reaction to the public's resistance to your suggestion?
Kabring Mr. Jallo ya jako itala taro je man dia mole ate mole ko wara mata nyadile.
Sila among for the paringalo ko umandi ha parinte mal da fika fitino soto je because of man safe man tan ka safe wonyo kon kafu ba man safe.
He did not say anything, but I know he did not also want me to leave. But I knew I should leave because I did not want to be a cause of commotion at the place.
How did you know Mr. Jallo did not want you to leave?
Yala nyadi leko Mr. Jallo man la fiteta. I know because I went with him up to the sheriff, and then he told the sheriff that this man is helping us, but here he is going now, away, going home.
What did the sheriff say?
Sheriff was not a munapai. They were sitting along the way. I did not know what she said, but I just passed and then went away.
So after that, you just left Kanilai?
So, yes, that was the reason why I left and went home.
On the second day, when you were going, did you go with your driver again?
No, I did not go with my driver. Yeah, I took a commercial vehicle and went there.
You took public transport when you were going to Kanilai the second day?
Commercial motor,
yala bilimbo nga moto jida bulale do tare nga moto tare fo mfutata je so ni moto kilimanta.
Yeah, when I left here, I was commuting from one vehicle to another until when I reached Kanilai.
Why did you use public transportation the second time?
Jamala motor.
Gaswelo so nga pour abe expenses la mulle.
Fuel is expensive, and I was trying to economize my fuel.
And the price of fuel did not deter you from going to Kanilai, so you decided to join public transportation.
So Lundo Kabila Kanilai, essential la zero, essential la ko Martin na imantaje.
Abe masinole ka woto, ntambe ntaje o mantaje o jebe sinole ka ngana.
Yes, that was because I was on my way from Basse coming to the Congo. So that was on the way. That was why I went there.
Very well. What is the name of your driver?
Wow. Say it again.
What is the name of his driver?
Musa, ngamera Musa la Musa.
Okay, the driver's name is Musa.
Because until ka drive for car falling de mang drive for nyilo.
Keep on changing drivers, but I think this one was called Musa.
Ninata okule.
You did not wait for the question to be translated.
So, yes.
You cannot remember the name of your driver.
No.
So, it doesn't drive for him.
Because on ka drive for Jamalita, when you sign them metal.
Yeah, because we keep on changing drivers, and that is long time now.
It's only 8 years.
4 scientists say sea level.
Commission sign them and near calculate metal.
Yeah,
7 years.
From that time to now is it's a long time.
How come you remember Mr. Jallo, but you don't remember your driver?
Mr. Kiano Nyadi le Mr. Ihakilo Bambo Mr. Jallo. But
Manino ku obefoka na manino ku. Ne aje ngafu wado drive karkili kembulu do karfula aeta.
yeah, that is because this man's name was shouted up everywhere. But then for as far as the driver is concerned, no driver will be with me for a long time. This one will be there 2-3 months, and they will go then out, hire another one.
It's quite convenient that you cannot remember your driver's name or your driver's full name.
Sila asike ka ko to man dim ite la drive ko nyina ta otola.
Nyina talede. Nte nyina talede.
Really I am
ko atari mem manke ngankali alquran.
Yeah, definitely all that I will say here is the truth. But I've definitely forgotten his name.
So you only remember his first name as Musa.
Musa.
Your driver. Is that not what you said?
Ngo.
Question to be translated, or do we speak English?
Okay.
Akondo ba nyina ta wala bara to I remember. Yo akilo.
Mata dali. Because on kana fani yapo mata dali. Nyina ta to nyina lede.
No, I've forgotten. And I don't want to speak lies. So that's why I only say what I can remember and not the second name.
Okay, what else can you remember about your driver? Where did he live?
From
Basse as well, or from Banjo?
Hani ko ngambira yalu ngafo nyama ngadrive jamalita. At least nta allo no la ato du menki nim menki linta je ametale.
I cannot definitely say where he lived because so many drivers went through me. So, and it's long time now, and therefore I can't remember who is who or who was who.
No problem.
Okay, I will
Mr. So on the second day, did you help Mr. Jallo with pricing at all, or was it that immediately you arrived, people objected to your presence and you left?
Mr. Jallo pricing. When as soon as people saw me, they decided to make noise. So I did not spend long time there. Much time I just spent.
Did you know these people prior to attending the sales at Kanilai?
Melbe Sandrola, Melon, but Melbe Sandrola, Mala Minikini Monte, because of Mojamal.
I don't know don't know them because there were many there are Senegalese, but really I know they were the one who were making noise because they were buying and selling the cattle.
The public was there to buy, not to sell.
Yes, there were people buying.
Yes. These people saw you and started complaining that you should leave the sale ground.
So kabere ni mole start ya kuma se kapo
Amandi.
Yes, they never wanted my presence.
adu man lamfanna je kotake.
I was also not comfortable with the situation.
Why were you not comfortable?
Man like man kuang in dal man ne die.
Ni kele dige.
They could have fought me or they could have beaten me.
Mr. Kora, you really thought that the public that was there to buy cattle were going to beat you?
Point in Gankana Solo, maybe what Sandro Wato, mostly attack Jebang.
It's in attack a Monday because of them popular tale, you know, politician of the mundi. Nataro je mala abe dimina. Asike kai.
It's possible
because you don't forget Kane, then Nanikan, the Kumor for
I could have been attacked.
At the moment,
politician, and I'm well known. So somewhere even insulting me. So everything could have happened.
When the security officials present?
So more yes, there were soldiers.
Well, the coma like Belori
at the back.
But you still feared for your safety?
Say it again.
Did you still fear for your safety even though soldiers and other security officers were there? Mr. Kora, you're doing it again.
Okay, sorry. Manghani, because of employee,
yes, that's true, because I was an intruder, I was not employed there, I just went there to see.
Why did Mr. Jallo take you to speak or introduce you to the sheriff or speak to the sheriff when you wanted to leave?
Mr. Jallo, I left for service. What women I left Takata?
Maybe I'm not I didn't for I got interested in Namira.
He might have thought that what the advice I was giving was really beneficial.
That's it? You are not waiting for a translation, Mr. Kora. I am convinced that you can actually speak English.
I don't wonder, Mr. Kora.
All right. Mr. Kora, are you sure that you only spent a few moments in Kanilai?
For Mr. Kora, you moved on article, what in dinner sort of Kanilai.
What in dinner sort of
that was, I spent only a few moments at Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, are you certain that you were not on the ground working with Mr. Jallo as a valuer for the cattle?
Abada?
Yes, no, it never happened.
Because of Malo,
I did not know.
Was that the first time you met Mr. Jallo?
To see him inside that closet, that was the first time for me to see him.
Did you keep contact with Mr. Jallo after the sale in Kanilai?
Mandiam ferry for Ninsise Kundanko and Tofo, Watimarajo.
We did not talk, we did not contact each other until when my name was mentioned by one Sisekundanka on the radio or in the listen. Sisekund.
And it needed
Sorry, can you kindly repeat what you said?
I did not contact him, he did not contact, there was no contact between us until when my name was mentioned on the radio or in the radio by one Sisekundanka.
When was this? When did you contact Mr. Jallo again?
Kabira bota wala any Mr. Jallo no contact waral di amuta mentole.
Kabira bota wala telephone to. Yeda ko famu. Kabira bota wala naman di am kotake adu manyo je kotake fan.
Then once I never contact him, we did not see, I did not see him, he did not see me. Through telephone, I have to contact telephone. I'm a new call pana.
New call kunya kili both moloma. Kabiri wa telephone, kabiri wa na kumul for arajo koro. Yana kumul tumule na adi amuta en telephone. yena ko fam ka fo nyoko bare ite dum mambo nyin ko kalama imete apply ka ha sa en ko be sira ngela moydo.
We only talk to one another or each other when my name was mentioned in the radio. That I talked with Mr. Jallo, and he told me you did not sell or you did not buy, but your name has been mentioned. Then I said, well, I did not. I was not part of.
Mr. Kora, who initiated the contact or the conversation when your name was being mentioned in the radio?
Kabiri yo to mo radio to ini Mr. Jallo jumale follow call o warankal kakacha.
Ha na Mr. Jallo le called it.
I was called by Mr. Jallo. I was called by Mr. Jallo.
So, Mr. Jallo, do you know how Mr. Jallo got your number, or did you exchange numbers that day in Kanilai?
Yeah, Mr. Jallo la number sudo nyali le fo na number le ta fana la number ta wolu ban Kanilai ba.
Ala number tembulu mala na number soto nyaminde bar mala number ta adu mala number to abulu. But maybe about number.
I definitely don't know how he got my number because I did not take his number and he did not take my number.
So what did you two talk about when he called you?
Kabring ay telephone ali mo le kacha.
Ngala ko nyande to fo ka fo ko nde firo ke. Ko mi dumba ndema femfello firo la koto.
I told him when he called me that my name was mentioned, that I have been involved in this selling and buying of cattle, but I did not know anything about this process.
Was that the only thing you talked about with Mr. Jallo?
For any Mr. Jallo, aliyo drone kachabang.
Na kumoke ta odoronet.
Yes, that was all we talked about.
Was that the only time you spoke to Mr. Jallo?
For what is Dr. Jamie or any Mr. Jallo kachata usilo kola.
Hani nani ne mandi amuke uni bite mamaje.
No, I've never seen him and we never talked until today.
That is not the question. You did not answer my question. My question was, after you spoke to Mr. Jallo at that time, when he called you, when news about the sales broke out, did you have other conversations with Mr. Jallo?
Wo man ken nanyani kana nyini karo minti wala kabring ale diamuta wo sfiro la kuola fo alna ta kacha do ko dole altema ba.
Hani namu moja hanimbi.
Never, we did not even, we never seen up till now.
Mambo o telephone. Ya vote ko. Ha. Ana fo. Ay ben fo ñu wara mu ñinti ko ñini yete to fo je ka fo ko tele wa fro ko yalla ñu ko ndebe dala ñu na den tele wa fro ke nya be fo la ñu ko fo ko bi to mo wa fro ke ga ñu lo ne ka fo ndema wa fro ke ba man te bu la wa fro la ah nga udor ne fo ko la ko ay ko de ka cha na ko hani
We never discussed about anything after the first conversation.
Please repeat what you said. He answered the question. What did he say?
He said after the first conversation, they did not telephone each other and they did not discuss about anything after the first contact.
You mentioned that your name was being mentioned on the radio a lot. Why was your name being mentioned all the time?
Ya foko e to pom radio tole. Muna ni na oketa.
Bawo data je nte dum mo jama yello mo fa mo wa ko fenke lo ko si say
Maybe because I went there to Kanilai and I was there and I am well known, any people know me. Perhaps that was the reason why my name was mentioned on the radio.
You must be very famous then, isn't it? Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora?
You must be very famous for everybody to be talking about you just because you went to Kanilai.
Akamunta moli elom bake ela nyin because ela nyin Kanilai tat. Mo janni ay mo idara kana bak.
before ngataje
Yes, I am very popular, even before I went there.
Okay. When you got to Canela and you saw Mr. Jallo selling cattle, you said you met the sheriff. Mr. Jallo did introduce you to the sheriff. Did you ascertain what Mr. Jallo's position was?
Kabri ita da Mr. Jallo min aye introduce aye samba aye nin sari polondi. Fok ya jinin karo ke pu atala do ko munita ala abe muna kunna nunti.
hani mawlong nila nyinin kar mang futamut.
No, I did not ask as far as that is concerned or that was concerned.
So, in your opinion, when you got to Canela and you saw Mr. Jallo selling, what did you think his position was? Did you think he was working with the sheriff or working as a bailiff in the sheriff's division?
Kabari tada ya Mr. Jallo trawafurol. Iya ila hakilo mine dila ye mine miracle ye mo miracle abe doko la nun coming man sakunda karola bampo apa pantu doko la. I really realized that since he was doing that, I concluded that he was definitely working for government.
Mr. Interpreter, I said the sheriff division, not the government.
Okay.
Maybe you can interpret the question again for the witness.
I mean, ako sheriff division member courthouse. Abe wala mantra government. Ako was sheriff for the water, sheriff for the government courthouse. Yalo sheriff for the jakabe wala mantra mansakunda. Yes.
Let me just repeat the question. I think that it's easier that way. Mr. Kora, when you got to Canela and you saw Mr. Jallo in the sale process, did you ascertain? You did not ascertain what his position was. We've already agreed on that, correct?
Kapring itara Canela ye Mr. Jallo ji. Akan son da nyoma le ko abe minan al son da nyoma je. Kabri Mr. Jallo je abe nin si wako. Ako e me al son da nyoma je. That was where I saw him.
Yes. So did you assume that Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff or part of the bailiffs working under the sheriff?
It ila biro e mene dila. Po ila biro mene dila. Po mi Mr. Jallo abe sarif le ko no doko la bam ko nyaati le. Ila biro e mene dila. Yeah, I cannot say for certain, but when I saw him selling, and I really thought he was in a position to do what he was doing.
So by the second day, you knew that the sale was being handled by the sheriff, correct? Yes. And you still did not think to ask whether Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff?
Please
wait for the question to be translated.
Mr. Jallo be sarif le koton. No, I did not assert or I did not find.
As someone that was volunteering to help Mr. Jallo as a valuer and helping him with prices, didn't you think it was important to also ascertain who was responsible for the sales ground and who Mr. Jallo was reporting to, or what role he was supposed to be playing that day?
It's a Tana Kanilai. If volunteer, more may volunteer, Kapo, Mr. Jallo, Ninyanda Fila Nina, or Ninyanda Wakula Ninan. But had a bit of money in Caro, Mr. Jalabe, Seripola Cotonumba, Imam Wonyan in Caro.
Ntemonyi in Caro, Bawangaji, Ministerial BJ, Police, BJ, Naja, Bawafula. What ala do polo?
I did not find out because I saw soldiers, I saw security everywhere. So I thought or I concluded that is his work, Mr. Jan.
Sarif banan nte aje lunkili.
So the sheriff also I saw him once.
Subsequently, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
did you eventually learn that Mr. Jallo was not working with the sheriff division?
Oh, Mr. Jallo Mantra Street Division, but when I don't know.
Long
No, I did not find out. Oh, I did not know.
To this day, do you not know that Mr. Jallo was not part of the sheriff division?
Fokala bila hani fo ita malon ko Mr. fo ya lon ne bang fo Mr. Jallo be sheriff division ne.
Malo.
I don't know.
Do you also know that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle on that day?
Jallo ko nyanna trala nu je wafuro la banen si wafo la fo yolo nenu.
Maholo.
No, I didn't.
Even after your name was being mentioned everywhere in the news, you still did not learn that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle.
O ko la itina te to mo wa to min na radio to ba be to ko kan. Hani ka bi te ma lon ko Mr. Jallo man tan sheriff ko no man wo nyini ka.
Hani molo. Bao.
No, I don't know and I did not.
So on the second day as well, you did not buy any cattle?
I did not buy any cattle.
You never bought cattle being sold, cattle of the former president being sold by the sheriff?
Dead.
I have never bought cattle from the sheriff.
What was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned with regards to the sale of cattle?
Kabiri ye to mo radio to be to pang ko kan yin si wa ko la ko ite o ma ta nyaade mun ke tay la ma kamut ikata nyaade
No, mbanki nyaaw nyaaw ba o ngalon ko na position be nyaaw imam bula wa furla man imam project dina imam fendina lo ta do ngabila moy.
It was normal. It was normal for me because I knew I was not involved and I was not asked to buy or sell any cattle, and I knew I was not involved. So it was normal for me. It appeared normal for me.
You did not answer the question, Mr. Kora. My question was, what was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned in the media with regards to the sale of cattle?
Ikata nyaadi le kabri ye to mo radio to nyimni si wa pola karo ikata nyaadi le mata nyaadi le
Le ba mata nyaami ngolo am thinking na dem but do di bisita.
I was completely surprised because I knew I was not in.
And eventually what did you do?
So kabri to na ja ali da muleke
Ani ma thinking protect but do for bisita.
I did not do anything. I just sat down and waited for a day like that of today.
Why? So you did not try to go to the media as well to correct the record or rebut the claims that were being made about you?
Kabiri ya to mo radio bako ida mang ta radio to waran radio mi ya waran kaiti ki to mi ya ka ye ke to clear.
Ndi media di amuta.
Yes, I spoke to one of the media outlets.
Which one?
Media Juma.
Ibrahim Jara Jun be dam Star FM.
Where Ibrahim Ajara works, is it Star FM? I don't know.
King FM.
That's King FM.
Was that the only media house you spoke to regarding this?
Mo jamal dol nata yen tari ya ka nyininka na suwo kono.
Yes, even apart from that, a lot of people met me at home and they were
nata balande pa bawe kantam
about this inana
fola.
Asupoteba.
Ngo mo jamal nata dol nata yen tari suwo kono ka nyininka ida bota wala nata balanga because of the amo say kan sta kuma fo
a lot of people came to my home and we are talking about this or asking me about this. So in the end, I was a bit resistant. I never wanted to talk about it because it was causing uneasiness for me.
It was causing issues for you? What issues was it causing for you?
I'm going to consider.
I'm a very consider the Funa consider Bao Fuela Atodu in a Fongo Betamala.
For me, it did not create that much different for me. But then for them, they were looking for news, and definitely I know they got news.
He's saying well, end of stopping because they are asking him and he does not want to say, much and contradicts himself. That's what he's saying.
Thank you.
You were being asked too much and you did not want to contradict yourself.
Ah.
You are doing it again. You're
mo be nyinin ka kan nyin ko la andi man la fi ya ko jana dundun ya ko jana dan ko wala tan man la fi da ya yo puri yo ilafta ko yo stop.
Okay.
Yes, that was.
Why did you think there was a possibility for you to contradict yourself if everything you've stated here is correct? Or is true?
Ite min be ko janga be correctly le to nyale muna ni na ya mi la ko ibe kan konda ko mi ya ko jante yana ko jante
Afai nyanto kelale o mun tala interest le tala man la fi ala wonya ni nyinga diam ni mel diam is enough for me.
That was not the question.
Okay, please translate what he just said so I know.
Itolla interest la woti kan nyinin ka kataja na kabona jana kanaja kan yusudo bari wo mun tolla interest. Oh sorry. No, I'm talking to sorry. Okay.
No, the witness has provided an answer. Please just translate it back to me. So
Ako komu.
Post the case.
I had asked a question.
You're okay, yes.
Which was why did he feel the need, or why did he think that he was going to contradict himself if he kept speaking to different media houses?
I am a meaning car of na wallet. Need a diamuta journalist Jamai, more Jamai. Munaki Nigeria Hakulo in Dila, what on Neo Jamauke, Ibe for Jagne, Yakudo, for me monkey killing. Man, I tell you.
Mimi mume kwa hakilo ndo hata madila hakilo be nyaado ma adi te be interest le noma pour ngadi amula fonkol ko
that was human nature. This could happen, and I also knew that these people were after their interest to get this.
Mr. Kora, if everything you've said here today is true and correct about the wholesale process,
Yeah, member for jam before bemu tin to nyal fi ba nyin firol keta nyame to nyale may membe ko jam.
Nten kali arqurano la nyame.
wait, I have not posed the question yet.
Okay,
It was just the-
yes.
If everything you've said here is true and correct, repeating it multiple times will not cause contradiction, will it?
Nia zaye membe ko jam bemu to nyal ni be to nya kopa. Hani ya fo sinya jama wota dina le pankunda ya fu transa mistake. Na to nyale.
Afai ko ndele ma interest wala.
So yes, I know, I agree, but that was not my interest to talk about this.
Honorable Chair, I think we can take a short break, perhaps for prayers, and then we can continue. 10 minutes, perhaps.
Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. At this point, we will break for prayers. 15 minutes, and we'll come back. Translate.
Mr. Kora, sali ba halan saro si tale ngata sali.
Okay.
Militan lule wala dinna pour nga murna.
Okay.
Ngana konte. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.